I'm going to move on to our last lightning round question, which is called crystal ball. So I want you to look into the crystal ball and predict the future. Tell me, do you see more M&A coming between media and software companies in the next 3 to 5 years?
Oh, that's a good question. As you were reading it, I was thinking the answer is definitely yes, but maybe not. It depends. It depends.
I think it depends how you do.
I don't know that we're that much of a bellwether, but in 2 years, if the SEO landscape is remade and AI does whatever the heck AI is going to do with agents, the rest of the stuff, and we just live in a different world, and I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if the whole thing is turned upside down and users are acting differently, then probably not, and probably not. But I don't know that's likely. I don't think things change that fast. We're 2 years into this. I don't. Okay, so you asked me crystal ball. What do I personally think? I think things are going to change radically. And I think that what matters is, I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. I think brand matters. So if you have an existing media brand, it might be that's the most value that you have, even more than the body count, to put it bluntly.
It's interesting that you think about AI being what's going to impact mergers and acquisitions between media and software companies. And to me, it's like artificial intelligence is going to make all the commodity knowledge available and accessible and faster to consume. But the things like opinions and foresight and taste, right?
Yeah.
Like those are the things that artificial intelligence, at least that we've seen so far, cannot master.
Agreed.
Maybe we get into the era of agentic AI and all of a sudden the tastemakers become robots.
Yeah.
But for now, I think that's really where the value of
that's brand though. That's what I mean by brand, right?
Exactly.
Like, and by the way, being a tastemaker is hard. That's hard and unusual. I don't know that most media companies are tastemakers. I don't even know that we are. I mean, that's not true. We are. I shouldn't sell it short. We're tastemakers when it comes to search and Martech. Yeah. But I mean, like, look, the reality is that there's a lot of junk out there, and like how you build brands is harder than ever. So I think that we're saying the same thing. I mean, ultimately, I might be extending the definition of brand a little bit further. But like, look, like a personality, like I don't know, Casey, what the hell's his name? Scott Galloway. I'm just blanking on names. But the brand value of what Scott has built, along with the Pivot and his other podcasts, right? It's all wrapped up in one. That's the brand. So I keep coming back to the defense against the robots is brand, and the path to building an audience is brand. And the path to M&A is brand. So like, if you're not good at building brands, and by the way, brand building takes a long time, so plan ahead. I think that's the thing that has the opportunity to distinguish you in the marketplace. And that's where I would double down brand. And that's what we're doing.
My answer is totally colored by hope, because I work in the media space and we've built and are building media brands. That's fundamentally what we are selling. Right. We don't call them podcasts. We call them media brands. And my hope is that software companies realize how challenging it is to work in the media space. And also great companies like Third Door Media prove the value of the media brands they've built. And that leads to more M&A over the next 3 to 5 years for, the upstart podcast producers. And
you never know.
Anyway, as much as I joke around, my real true thought is we look at brands like The Hustle and HubSpot, like Third Door Media and SEMrush as the bellwethers, and they will establish what the power of content, of media, of brands are within these software companies, which makes the rest of the media space look more attractive.
I have to tell you, I think it's because you're on the inside too, so I don't mean it in any way other than my own reflection. Like, I just never really, until that moment, I never really thought about it that way as a bellwether. Like, I'm so focused on delivering value that we promised our community. Like, we have an implicit agreement with the community. Like, we're going to write great content every day if we can. Sometimes we miss, but we're going to do the best we can. We're going to put on the best possible virtual Martech conference. We're going to go back and do SMX Advance in person in Boston and hopefully blow you away. And we're going to have a great time and drink some beers together. Like, I think that, like, I'm so busy focused on that I probably missed the fact that we might be a bellwether in that standpoint. But I don't feel bad about it because I need to keep focused. Like, I got to stay, like, the community is what matters. It's what built the brand in the first place. And that's what there's a reason why I love the search engine land, or the SMX tagline, obsessed with search, because you sort of have to be obsessed with these communities or you can't be part of them. So
I'll leave the conversation on this. You've said, "Well, I didn't realize we were a bellwether. Oh, we're a small company." All this sort of slightly self-deprecating stuff, and there are the rest of us in the industry who look at Third Door Media, a 30-person company that withstood the test of time and survived things like basically the death of one of their core business models through COVID, as a lasting company that means something, that's built great work. It supports 30 families. And the acquisition is something that means a lot to the rest of us in media, mostly technology and business
yeah,
focused media. So stick your chest out. You're the CEO now, you're the boss, and the rest of us are very much rooting for your success. And congratulations on going through the acquisition. And I really hope it is successful. So
I
best of
appreciate
luck.
it. I appreciate it. Kind words. Thank you so
All
much.
right.